my goodness, guys. I have so much to tell you. I didn't record the last 2 days because, sorry, Apollo was freaking out because I wasn't doing anything. I literally just played Infinity Nikki and started on a new project, which I could tell you or show you real quick. So I guess I was doing something. Just kidding. So we started a new beret because I just wanted something to give me a break from all the stars. I did finish sewing up more of the stars. So I'm going to... Oh, I see what happened. This is what scared Apollo. It fell. So I have 2 more I want to give away. One to my manager who allowed me to grab the rest of these from the drawer, from the junk drawer at work. And then one other person. Why? Oh, yeah, just one other person. One for me. Oh, that's what it is. So I gotta go digging into the bottom of that. Maybe I'll just keep one of these for myself, the not as cute ones. We'll see. My food just finished, so let me go grab that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have some leftover food from medieval times I need to get through before it goes bad. So I just reheated it. All right. I told you all about the renewing of these. Nice. I have plenty, and I think I may go out and buy more yarn just so I have more to give out. Because, like, I just don't want to get paint stripper right now. Because, like, it's kind of expensive, and I have a lot of other things on my mind right now. And that's one less expense that I want to use. So I want to just make a whole bunch of Halloween themed stars. And then that could be it. Whatever I don't pass out, I'll probably sell online. Maybe not online. Maybe, I don't know. Because it's like a little grab bag item, you know. Maybe I'll do, like, what's it called? Oh, that's one thing I wanted to tell you guys. So there's this event in Plant City, and it's called the Wicked Woods or something like that. Wicked Wild. I think that's what it's called. And they are doing an active storyteller, like visual media hunt, but they're also still looking for vendors. And I sent an email to the organizer to see if they have like applications available. I mentioned that I am a crochet and sewing garment maker, and although I don't have any sewing garments ready right now, I do plan on like using some leftover fabrics I have in my stash. I think I have a couple stash projects that I could make. I have this like really big Joanna Parker tablecloth that I bought a few years back. There's a lot of fabric left on it, so I think I could make something with that. And then I could make something along the lines of, what was I thinking? I don't remember, the skirt that I made for Erie Knots. I think that would be a fun little project to do as well. I think I have one stretch of fabric that's at least 5 yards, so I could get at least 2 or 3 skirts out of that. And yeah, that's like the plan right now. Like I said, I'm still waiting back for word about that, but it would be super neat to go. I think this might be the first year that they're doing this. I'm not quite sure. Maybe not, but either way, I would love to have this experience. It's in October on the 18th. That's a Saturday, so I'll have to book some time off. But honestly, October, I gotta think. I don't remember when our vacation is. Let me rethink this. But that is something that I do want to do. It might not be... Oh, shoot. I haven't even asked for our cruise off. Oh, shoot. All right. That's one thing. Sorry. I haven't been thinking properly. And it's just like I want to start selling stuff because I want to get out to the market circuit because like I have so much stuff that I need to get rid of. And like I want to be compensated for what I've done, you know? But anyways, that was one thing I wanted to tell y'all. There was another thing I wanted to tell y'all. I haven't really been in the Halloweeny mood lately because I've been really trying to but like veer away from like Halloween hunting hauls and all that. It's just too tempting for me, and I really need to save money, and I really don't want to like spend all that money on junk. So what I've been doing instead is just like not looking at anything, just blinders. I got a good feel of like stuff when it first launched, and then I was like, okay, so maybe if it's still there in the future, I'll go grab it. At work, I do work retail. We got all of our Halloween stuff in. We're not allowed to put it out yet, but we've been stocking it on the shelves to have a big whole Halloween like launch. And oh my gosh, it's so stinking cute. And it's gotten me really inspired. Like I want to get back into the sewing room. I'm not ready to do that today. I'm exhausted. I was going to go out to Universal today to do some like prop hunting stuff. And I was just like, I'm getting too old. I can't be doing a full shift at work because it was an 8-hour shift. And then going all the way out to Universal to walk around in the 95-degree heat and then coming home after that and just, you know, I'd rather be home. I have other plans. On Monday, I do plan on hanging out with my friend who got us into Epic, and she wants to learn how to crochet. So I think that would be a great time to go out to Universal afterwards. I'm going to bring like my Fallout bandana idea, the yarns I was going to use for my Fallout bandana, probably make that over there with her. I think a bandana would be a pretty easy thing for her to do. If not that, I don't want to teach her how to make a scarf because it's like, that's so boring. Maybe I can teach her how to make stars, but I don't want to do that either because that's also boring if she just not into stars, you know? I mean, I made one for her, but I will bring my star yarn with me just so I can like get stuff knocked out. I don't know how long we're hanging out because we're hanging out at the Polynesian and I want to make it my way out to Universal to do some prop hunting, you know? So that's all fair and done. What else? There was something else I wanted to tell y'all, and I don't remember what it is. I feel like it has something to do with Halloween. When I remember, I'll tell y'all, but right now, brain is shutting off because I'm finally home from work, and I just want to get into the creative mode, whatever it's called. So I'm going to watch a whole bunch of HHN videos because I'm so pumped. Oh, I remember. So I put on TikTok the Scare Zone and Entertainment, Charles Cheese Entertainment. It's hype list. I'm so sorry. Like I had 8 hours of a shift and a lot of it wasn't masking. Some of it was, but like me and a lot of the coworkers I work with, we're all into Halloween and we just like were screaming the whole entire time about how cute the merch is this year. Like if you know where I work, I can't exactly tell you when we're releasing everything, but it's the first week of August and there's a pastel line and my God, my wallet screaming at me. I have to be really good though. I narrowed it down to 3 items and one's a backpack, one's a little like side bag that you can use as like a makeup bag, which is what I was planning on doing. And then one's like a little tumbler. And I told myself I would either do the backpack first and then do the combo of the side bag and the tumbler, like one of those. I think the backpack's going to sell out. So I've been wanting a new backpack for a while. And I think this is the sign that I wanted to do it. All the other backpacks that we've gotten in weren't really cute or super enticing to me. Some of them were, but like they were way out of my price range. This one kind of is too, but I do have a 35% discount. And because I have that, I'm a little bit more okay with using it or buying it. I think that backpack's going to sell out. So I'm going to purchase that because I haven't bought a new bag in like, I don't know, 5 years. I need to learn how to make my own bags so that I can stop wanting new ones and then I can just design my own for however cute I want it to be. But this one glows in the dark. So spoilers for anybody that knows where I work. It's a glow in the dark bag. So, all right. I think that's it. I think that's all I needed to tell y'all. There's probably one more thing, but I'll remember it like 10 years later and then tell you guys. Be there when I tell you in 10 years. I remember one of the things I wanted to tell y'all. One of my flowers on my cotton plant bloomed. So that means once it like fades away, it's going to start doing like little cotton spores. It's going to die first. That sounds so morbid. But yeah, it's going to, I don't know if you guys can see inside of it. I don't want to touch it too much because I don't want to like hurt it. But once the flower's built, or the petals wilt, then it will start sporing. And then once it starts sporing, then it will start doing the things and we will have our first things cotton sometime probably in September. Because, like, oh, maybe even August. Wow. I look like I'm warm because I am. It's so hot. But yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to tell you. I forgot. And I remembered because I had to let Apollo outside. That's super neat. Also, I just ordered some pony beads, blue and yellow, so I can pass those out on opening night. That's going to be another part of the series. My goal for my Fallout outfit is to have a song from each episode used for each part of the outfit I'm making. So right now, before I ordered my pony beads, the thought was 5 pieces. So I would have had the bodice or the top bralette, whatever that I made last week, and then I'd have the shorts, and then I'd have the bolero, and then I'd have the bandana, and then I have a water sling. That's all I had planned. But now, with the pony beads coming in, I have a sixth thing planned. And I think with the bolero, I might separate that into 2 little pieces. I'm not sure. Because, like, oh my god, the tiniest lizard. Hold on. Oh, he just ran away. He's so little. Oh. Sorry, I didn't think about flipping my camera fast enough. But yeah, so now I have 6 items. There are 8 episodes in the first season. So that being said, I only have 6 episodes worth of content. Yeah. And I know for okay, actually 8 or 7, because the last day is for sure going to be me at HHN with everything on. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a get ready with me. I don't know. Like at this point, I'm not sure, because like that's a lot of work to do. So I'll have to think of like one more thing to do. I was thinking about making like a little belt or something, or doing like 2 separate kinds of bracelets or pony bead candies. So I was going to make like a really cool, intricate one for myself. And then for the ones that I'm passing out, it's not going to be as intricate. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I was thinking about maybe making a belt and like one of the little star belts that I've been obsessed with recently. But I don't know if that's really the call. We'll see. I can't make props. I don't know how to make props. All right. Gotta get to the drawing board. Good morning. I just finished signing up for a market called Black Market at Forsyth. I think that's what it's called. But I am very excited because it's only a $15 table fee, which is super affordable. And it's in September. I think they said the 21st. So if I make it, great. If I don't, I still have one more market that I signed up for that I could do instead. I don't think I would do both, but I don't think I will get accepted to both, to be honest. I haven't gotten an email back from the other market, so we'll see. Also, I am very, very aware of the crochet market community being super oversaturated. I do something different. I do happen to crochet clothing and garment. However, it's still at the end of the day crochet, and I understand if they don't feel that they want to have more crochet artists on board. I have been saying that I do sew clothes as well, so I do need to get on top of that if I do plan on doing that. I think it'd be super easy because like I could just make a bunch of skirts. I'd have to order in some fabric, but I think that would be okay if I were to get accepted. A $15 booth fee, like that's super cheap, and on top of it being super cheap, I could just like I could make my money back. $15 is nothing compared to like, I don't know, MegaCon. I think it was like 400. I can't afford that. So I think it's if I were to get accepted to this market, I will absolutely buy more fabric so I can make a whole bunch of like those gathered skirts in different sizes. I won't have plus size at the moment just because I don't have the extra patterns. If Simplicity does have a sale before then I will try my best to get some pumped out. But as of now, I don't have it. I do plan on buying more size ranges for my patterns so I can be more size inclusive, because I think that's a really good way to reach out to the community. Okay, so a recession indicator. A lot of people talk about certain things of recession indicators, and I think also being itsy bitsy teeny weeny, I think that's part of it. I hate throwing around the word recession indicator because sometimes it kind of just feels like a tongue-in-cheek thing. For a long while, like, I think having a much more shapely body was the trend, and now that money isn't flowing as much down here at the bottom level of the peasants, we're being told, oh, being skinny is in. And that's one of those, like, it's their way to control the narrative and being like, yeah, you don't need to eat, So I want to be inclusive as inclusive as I can. That's just my whole goal in general, is to be as inclusive as possible to make up for lost time when I was a kid, because I was raised in a very conservative household, and I do not appreciate the way that my family raised me. So the little steps I can do, and I think that's such a little step, to be inclusive with your sizing. The little steps I can do, I will do. Also, another thing, my sizing, no matter what size you are, I will cut the loss at the top. I'm not going to make plus size more expensive. That is so lame. Just make it one price. Like, it's not that much more fabric. It really isn't. And if it is, like, you're probably doing something wrong. So, anyways, we're going to sit in the sewing room. I'm going to sew as long as I possibly can muster. Then we will go into the crochet room, the computer room, and I'm going to show you the beret I just finished off. It's not done, but like, it's partially done. And I'm going to move that yarn over there so I don't forget to finish it off. I think I'm kind of back into beret mode. It's one of those, like, I'm kind of tired of doing the stars because I've done so many. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to make more stars. After I finish this skein of orange, I'm going to finish that. That's all I'm going to do for HHN, like, prep, because as I've said yesterday, I did order beads, pony beads, blue and yellow, for the Fallout outfit, and I may or may not continue doing that. Honestly, candy is like a much cheaper alternative and much faster alternative to trading, and I understand the appeal. So maybe if I get hyper fixated on that, I'll make a whole bunch of candy to pass out. But if not, like, it doesn't hurt me to not have that many things, because I'm going to be so honest with you. Everything I made last year, it wasn't until the very last night, basically, where I was just like tossing them basically at characters to, like, show appreciation. I think I had one for pickles. That's specific. Like, I wasn't into the pickles lore. I wasn't like one that like sat in front of a stage and like had a lot of fun with him. But I know that he was a very important part of the community. And so I gave him something crochet, whoever the last character was. And I think that because last year I wasn't able to give stuff away or trade away anything until the very last day, basically in November, I think I'll be fine with the last gain. And yeah, okay. I gotta stop blabbers. I'm like Blathers. I don't know what's going on with my sewing or my machine, because I will run through and then the top or thread will break. And I don't know if it's because like the thread's cheap, or if it's like my machine itself, because it keeps on getting caught and then breaking, and it's so annoying because then I have to go back over and the stitch looks like this. And like, luckily I'm not wanting to sell this, but it would be such a damn shame if my machine's broken. I'll have to try it again whenever I move on to another sewing project, because usually what I use is this little guy back here. Oh my god. Okay, I can't even pick it up. I usually use this guy right here to hold all of my what's it called? My yarn thread, because this is big enough for this thread. But right now I'm using a thread that's on one of these, and I'm using the little thing on top of my sewing machine, and I don't know if that's the reason why it's happening. I might switch it over to this, but I feel like this is just comically large for that little amount of yarn or thread. Why do I keep on saying yarn? And maybe that will help. I've tried like tightening up. I've tried tightening my little baseboard, whatever, and it's just like getting more and more frustrating because like I want this to look good. I don't plan on selling this, but I just want to make sure my machine is still good, you know? So I'm going to switch over to this and see if that helps. Because right now I am not having a good time. Great news. I don't think it's my machine. Terrible news. It's definitely the thread. The thread keeps on breaking. I can see it where it's about to break now. I don't know what kind of thread it is. I think it might be cotton, so it might just be too soft of a thread. So I definitely understand the appeal of polyester thread. So the thing is, I know I in particular don't like polyester because of the texture of it, and then because I live in Florida, it's not breathable, and that's why I prefer cottons or linens or even bamboo. And I know a lot of people aren't into rayons, but rayons are also a little bit cooling. But polyester thread, I feel like because polyester doesn't degrade as quickly, might not be the worst. And like this is all stuff I'm learning because like I don't know, it's I want to be as sustainable as I can, but also at the end of the day, there's only so much we as the peasants can do. There's the big companies, that's the big issue, and they're just bulldozing our trees and taking out all the ground and all that. Like I don't have to talk too much about it. I'm sure you guys understand and know what's going on to know that nature is not healing. We only just recently were able to claim that the ozone layer has gotten much smaller, the little hole, the little, but now like there's just too much going on, and it's not our fault direct as individuals. We can do what we can to mitigate it, but there's only so much we can do. So I need to stop feeling bad about using polyester. I honestly, when I worked on Yuri Natsu's skirt, I had a really good time enjoying like working on that. I know she's the type of person that will be able to like appreciate that for a very long time. I think it's more on the people who are into hyper fast fashion that buy and then throw away instead of like donating. And even when they donate, like it's just clogging up the thrift stores and it's not moving because the quality isn't the best, you know? Okay, so I used to do a lot of like shopping at Marshall's and Ross, and what Ross specifically, it's not a thrift store, but that's where like a lot of the stuff that couldn't sell would go. And if it didn't sell there, then it would go in the landfills. Some of these fast fashion, like hyper fast fashion places are also making like big name brand stuff. When all the tariff stuff was going on, one thing that was happening was we were getting a lot of information on the actual workshops and how those workshops were creating these bags for very, very cheap. And then when they get over to the label maker, the brand name would be stamped on it or something. And then that's when it gets really expensive. So it's not entirely the fact that it's cheaply made, because a lot of times it's not. When you go shopping at Ross, a lot of those are the misgrade, like B grade stuff. But I don't know why I'm ranting about this. It's just the fact that I hate working with polyester. I try my best not to work with polyester, but I think in this case, polyester thread might be the best case scenario. Okay, so we have two panels done. Two sides. So one is the back side, or well, I mean they're both kind of the sides. So 1 and 2. Oh, hello, 2. This is upside down. I don't have a good visual for y'all. Sorry. Better, I guess. I don't know. This thread is really freaking annoying, and it's just ruining the project, and I'm so mad about it because I'm like, dang, I felt so confident with the projects I did for Eerie Knots, and I felt pretty confident with the last project because the thread didn't break as much, and I don't know why it's breaking so much, but it's like every like 10 seconds it's breaking, and it's like, why? It's so annoying. But anyways, I don't know if you guys can see it in this. You can see how bad it is right there. It's really bad right there. It's disappointing. But as I've always said, if you can notice it, you're too close. So that's going to be my mantra for this one. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it because it's way too late. I think what I might do in the future, if I do feel like going back and fixing it, I will just find better thread, because I do plan on buying more thread spools, like the big ones, the good quality ones. Because I have thread spools down here in one of these drawers that my mom has had since I was a kid, and they don't break half as often as this one that I bought maybe when I first started. So I think this is the thread I bought when I first got into like sewing for HHN, like making clothes for HHN. The specific costume was a Major Sweets outfit, and man, I'm still like looking back at it. It was one of the first projects I ever did, and I'm proud of it. The editing was awful. I'm not gonna lie. I used YouTube or TikTok auto edit, and I had too much information. That's how old the thread is, though. It's pre 2020, but post 2017. So maybe, maybe it's 2021. No, it couldn't have been. It was pre 2020, 100%. That's when the first Major Sweets like scare zone area came. I don't remember the year, so somebody correct me if you have the chance. But yeah, so we got these two. Now it's time to sew those together. I have to sew or like cut out the interfaceable facing inner what the interfacing the thing that you sew like for your belt. Yeah, I have to cut that out. And then this is going to be done. Like, this is a super easy project. Oh, I got to put the zipper on. The zipper is almost always the most annoying, but I love these shorts. I need to get these shorts pattern in different sizes because I use it all the time. And I think this would be a really great way to introduce other people into 1940s summer fashion, because specifically I like 1940s summer fashion. I do like 1930s well, maybe not winter, but fall fashion or nightgown fashion. But 1940s is kind of where I sit in general, just because like I live in Florida and it's always hot. So yeah, it would be a good intro to others if I can make multiple of these. So I'm gonna search online. I can't remember what's the brand called. It is called Lady Marlowe. So I'm gonna check online to see if she has more of this, and if she doesn't, then by golly, I have to learn how to draft because this is one of my favorite patterns ever. Oh, also, I have a wisdom tooth growing in right here, and so my wisdom teeth, they pop out of the gum and then go back in pretty often, and I don't know if that's normal, but I kind of just like let it grow back in, like the gums grow back over it. I think it's because like I'm a little bit dehydrated. I've been eating a lot of salty foods in the past few days. I've been eating a lot of sunflower seeds specifically. So maybe I just need to rehydrate myself. But it's been another thing annoying me. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get this project done today because it is a pretty easy project for me since I've made at least 6 versions of it. So I think I can get it done today. But if not, then I'll get it done maybe Tuesday afternoon. I'll try because tomorrow is Tuesday. I am meeting up with my friend to teach her how to crochet, and if we haven't set on a time, I asked for 11:30, which means I'm going to try to make it there at 11 because like I've been really bad about showing up late, and I hate that about myself. So we're going to try to make it over to the Poly, grab some coffee, and do some like crocheting, teaching her how to crochet. I don't know if she has her own yarn. I'll bring some scrap yarns just in case she doesn't. And then I will also be going to Universal tomorrow to do another update because it's been a while. I didn't want to go yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Even though I was off at 6 and it would have helped beat traffic. It was so freaking hot and I had already stepped outside more than once. And like my job required me to go downstairs and take out trash and cardboard, and it was 95 degrees, no breeze because it's in between buildings and the building doesn't like have breezes come through. Oh, it was so hot yesterday. So, all right, gonna continue this so I can hopefully finish tonight. Okay, perfect timing. Cottagecore Land Girl just went on pause. She's live streaming Infinity Nikki right now, and I am frustrated because, okay, so this bobbin wasn't empty. I just emptied it because it had 3 ends, which is bizarre, but okay. I could have won bobbin chicken, but the thread broke. I'm so frustrated with this thread. So I think I'm going to replace this thread with this thread that's a different color. But at this point, I just want to get to this project. This is 100% polyester thread, whereas this thread, I'm pulling it out now, doesn't have a label because I deleted it. So we're going to do that. I'm going to use, I think I might use this for just the bobbin. Like the bobbin wasn't too bad. I think it was just frustrating that I was at the end of bobbin chicken and I lost. And I just want to go play Infinity Nikki. So I think my beads just came into, hold on, let me go outside real quick. Here they are. They came in 2 separate packages and I don't know why, but yellow. Okay, I can reuse this. And then blue. They vacuum sealed it, so that's pretty nice. I am going to bring this to the other room eventually. I'm going to at least finish the shorts part where I have everything attached and then the hems or the seams sewn down. And then my dog, ma'am, Tika, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, I might just do the bobbin, like redo the bobbin and then go and take a break because she's annoying me and I don't want to be in this room anymore because she thinks I have treats. These are not treats. She like almost ruined my pattern and she's done it before. I'm scared she's going to pee on it. So I can't keep my eyes on her right now while I'm sewing. I'm thoroughly annoyed. So I need to take a break. I am such a dummy 2x4. I haven't done any pleats. Oh my god, I can't believe myself. I didn't do any pleats. I pulled this out and I was like, why does it look so boring? There's no pleats. Let me double check to make sure I'm like I can't believe myself. Short side. No, that one won't have pleats. This one won't have pleats. I'm so upset with myself. Like, what the? Yeah, pleats. Well, okay. That's so funny. Well, good news is me switching the thread out really helped with this. And because of that, you see this right here? I'm going to take it all out. I'm just going to undo everything. Oh my god. Okay, I'm giving up right now. I am going to go play Infinity Nikki with my friend Cottagecore Land Girl and vent towards her so that she can understand my pain. And play Infinity Nikki. Oh. So terrible news about these shorts, the pattern itself. It only goes up to medium large, which would be a bust of 38 inches. And that's not quite large enough for my sense of sewing. So I will have to learn how to draft eventually. This will be one of those patterns that I do learn how to draft because I think these shorts are so comfy and so fun to wear. I'm really sad that it doesn't go up that high, but this is a small artist who sells patterns online, so I completely understand having to do all the grading and stuff, so I get it. But like, yeah, I believe that Simplicity does have a new pattern, by the way. Let me search it up real quick. Okay, so it's Simplicity 3150, and it's a 1940s vintage pattern, and the bralette looks pretty nice and comfy, and their sizes goes 4 through 22. And I can't remember off the top of my head what that is, but I believe 14 is around the 36-inch range. It could be different because it's not standard. So I will be looking into this a little bit more. I think the shorts are okay, but the top is really where I'm looking at. And then let me look up another pattern real quick. So Simplicity pattern 8654 has kind of a similar vibe of pleatness to shorts, and I think for sure I could do that. It goes 4 to 20, and it doesn't show me what that means. So I have one myself, and that one I think at this point is too small because I cut it. It was like one of the first patterns I ever cut, and I cut it at 8, not knowing that 8 wasn't like the American pant size 8. So I will be doing that pattern because it comes in 2 different sets and I'll have to do a lot of tracing, but that's something I am preparing myself for in the future. And then also Simplicity 1426, I already have one set of it, the 4 through 12 one, and then I just need the 14 through 22 one. And that one, I think I can start working on the tracing first because I think that would be a good intro into selling. I do really like the way that the bralette came out for the, well, I like the potential way that the bralette would have come out had I listened to that seam line allowance. I didn't do that because I thought maybe that wouldn't be that big of a difference. It's definitely a huge difference. So, forewarning anybody, definitely going to get those two when the patterns go on sale, the Simplicity patterns go on sale. I'm thinking about doing Simplicity 9464 because I happen to love the way that the top, like if I just do the bodice piece, it makes a really cute little crop top, and I love those sleeves. So I think I'll probably do that. And I love the heartline shape. It's one of my favorite top bodice pieces to replicate. And I think that's very indicative of my personal fashion in general. So that would be something fun to do. I'll buy two of those because the pattern I purchased myself is for myself. I cut it for my size. The sizes go from 6 to 24. So that's pretty promising. And like I said, I might do the Simplicity 3150. It is new, so I might do one for myself. And if I like it enough, I'll do multiples because it goes 4 to 22. I do like the way that the bralette looks. So the shorts are kind of cute. I do want to branch out into more shorts styles because I do happen to wear shorts quite a bit in the summer. And like I want to buy more skirt patterns too in the future. But for now, I'm not really looking forward to making skirts that often, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think I could just take the skirt from Simplicity, what is it, 9464, and then take the waistband from that and then make that into its own skirt thing. Maybe we'll see about that. But yeah, I think that should be super easy. So I'm going to continue ripping apart these seams. I'm about halfway done. I think all I need to do is rip the seam, like the initial seam from the this part all the way up to like up here down to like mid, so that I can fill in the little pleat and then sew that back together. I am taking apart the little hem, whatever, because a lot of them looked ugly, like I showed y'all before. I can re-show you guys. Here's one of the ugly ones, and I really hate that. Like, I know I'm a better sewer than that, so I want to sewer. Sorry. And I just want it to look pretty. I was getting really, I would have kicked myself in the butt had I finished with these ugly little marks on them. So I'm kind of grateful that this happened at the end of the day. So, all right, let's get back to working on this. I'm going to watch a lot more HHN updates. By the way, I think I told you guys, oh no, yeah, I told you guys everything about all the releases so far. They still haven't announced the last two houses. WWE was supposed to be announced the same day that, what was it? The shows, the Hauntafonic and the Night Rod, Fuel Girls, Nightmare Fuel. That was supposed to be announced the same day, but Hulk Hogan passed away. He's looking up at us, and yeah, they ultimately decided not to announce that. I follow a lot of people in the HHN community, and I'm pretty sure there's one prominent figure who actually works in the company, because when I used to work at Universal, I did go to their social media team because we were doing like an exploration type deal of what all the roles at Universal are to learn. Like, it's a really interesting behind the scenes thing that I did, and I'm not going to tell you too much about it because I, one, don't remember most of it, and two, I don't think that that's super public information. But they do have a social media team. The Facebook page, for the longest time, people didn't realize that the Facebook page was ran by Universal itself, and then like slowly over time, they're like, okay, yeah, we got to let them know that it's actually run by us so that they don't get upset by us or whatever. And I think that's what's going on with one of the HHN community teams. There's somebody in Universal that does know all that information that is slowly trickling that information out. There's at least two, I believe. At least two of them involved. So, anyways, And that was supposed to be announced, but it wasn't announced. So we're thinking FNAF and the WWE house are going to be announced at the same time. And then on top of that, they made a little bit more descriptors about the original houses. One of them being the dollhouse. And I'm not as excited for the dollhouse anymore. They said it's going to be the comedic house. And I do love campy, but my idea behind the house, what I wanted from the house was going to be more Victorian doll like whatever. So I'm probably going to rearrange my house set before the last two are announced. So, anyways, let's get back to this. I just saw the weather prediction for tomorrow, and it's predicted to be 96 degrees. So my friend and I are going to meet around 11:30. I think I said we're going to hang out at the Polynesian, so I can soak in some AC, a lot of AC before I head out. Because god damn, it's hot. The reason why I got on here. I do this all the time. I hit record, and then I start saying something, and I completely forget what I was going to say. I made my first down payment on a serger. One of my coworkers, she's been trying to sell off a serger. I think she said it's like a baby lock or something. I don't know. I just know that this is going to make my life a million times easier. And I would love the opportunity to have one of those in my, like I have one, but it's jukey and it's also broken. That is an industrial style serger, and I just don't feel comfortable getting it fixed yet. I want to eventually. When I have more space, I would love to. And that's one of the reasons why I want to move out of this house, is because this house is not big enough for my sewing. And I feel bad. It's not that I want to leave. I love this house so much. But my crafting, like, I'm grateful I didn't get into woodworking, because imagine that. I wanted to. I really, really did. But imagine the space for that. And then it's way too hot in this state to do woodworking in the garage. Can't do it. So anyways, yeah, I made my first $50 deposit on the baby lock over serger, whatever it's called. I plan on paying $200 for the whole thing total. I told her, she's like, I can give it to you now. I'm like, no, please don't, because I don't think I will finish paying it off if I don't start doing it slowly. And, I want to be able to pay you at least halfway before I take it off your hands, because I don't know. I don't trust myself, and I want her to feel as comfortable with it and know that I will pay her for it. I do trust that I'm going to, since I made the first payment, I do trust that I'm going to finish paying it off. However, I feel bad if I don't fully pay something off and then receive it, It's just one of those things. So that's coming. That's a coming. So I think that's going to be, it's not going to be done in time. I think I told you, the first thing I told you this morning was that I applied for a market. That's going to be September 21st. If I got that right, I'm very surprised. It's been over 12 hours and I took a nap and a shower. So it's very surprising to me if I remember that. If not, it's sometime in September. Or I have a possible market in October. I don't think that I'll have it paid off by then. I will probably just be making skirts. I think that the pattern, the bralette pattern, I still have it pulled up because I'm not lazy. I do that. It's ADHD things. You pull tabs up and you keep them up forever. Anyways, simplicity, 1426. That top, I think, would benefit from a serger. And so I think in the future I will use a serger for it. We'll see. I'm excited. This is exciting stuff. I'm getting better in sewing in general. Wow. I'm just proud of how far I've come with sewing. Like, it's taken a long time, not gonna lie, but it's okay. So one of the reasons why I really enjoy taking breaks from my crafts is the fact that, like, we often don't see the big picture or something. Like, you get so focused on something. It's like when you're doing a painting. You'll paint something and you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. And I don't know how to fix it. And that's kind of how I feel with sewing. Right now, I'm kind of at an impasse with crochet. So, like, all I'm doing is making berets and these stars, which are things I already know how to do. But I don't feel like I'm getting better. And that's kind of how I felt with sewing when I put it down last time. But this time around, because I had a new pattern, I had new fresh ideas, because I hadn't sewn for so long, I think that this is just certainly something that's helping me become a better sewist and eventually putting me on the fashion designer route, whatever. I'm not going to be a fashion designer tomorrow. I mean, I am currently a fashion designer, but I'm not going to be a well-known fashion designer tomorrow, you know? It takes time. And I will say, I think it was around 2020-ish where I did start doing my own fashion, and it wasn't really doing my own fashion. It was just taking templates and making them in certain fabrics. But I think within the last year or maybe year and a half, I've definitely maybe a little bit further back, because I did start in, like, I want to say 2023, where I started layering like see-through fabrics over normal fabrics and like doing a lot of Frankensteining. I think then is when I would say I fully started becoming, like, at least a personal fashion designer. But now I think I can say that I am ready to make that step to becoming more of a, not global, because there's no way, ain't no way I'm going to get that big. I don't want that. That's scary. Maybe, but like that's intimidating to me. But like a more just not personal fashion designer, you know? I want to be a fashion designer that makes clothes for other people. And I just never thought I'd get this far. I thought that I would only make stuff for myself, and I'm proud of my development. Like, I'm really proud of myself. So, all right, getting back to the HHN stuff. This whole entire project has kind of been a disaster. So I ripped a hole in the bottom of this, if I can show you right here. And like, I could just patch that up real quick. Like, it's super easy, but also like, I don't want to. That's so much work. And then there's some hem up here. I don't think it's on this one, but I think it's on this one where I did rip another hole in. And like, at the end of the day, if I fix it, which I do have blue thread that I could fix it with, if I remember to do so, if I fix it, then I won't have those holes and it's less likely to tear apart. But if I don't fix it, I mean, both ways gives it that rustic feel. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to look like fresh uniform, because the goal with my outfit was to be like a vault girl and be the advertisement for the vaults. So that's kind of the thought process. If you're close enough to notice, get away. I'm hoping to remember, because I want to become better at hemming things, doing visible, maybe not quite visible mending, but mending in general. And then that would lead me on my way to learning how to do embroidery, because that's something else I want to pick up. So, yeah. But these are done. Both of these are done. I don't feel like working on it tonight, so I'll probably pick it back up. Probably not tomorrow, because I'll be at Universal tomorrow and hanging out with my friend. But maybe Tuesday. Today's only Sunday. So Tuesday, I'll probably be back in the sewing room until my husband wakes up. And then I'll probably be in there until he's ready to play Stardew Valley, because he does his dailies on RuneScape. So I was planning on using any of these glow-in-the-dark beads, because I have so stinking many, because I am obsessed with glow-in-the-dark beads. I was going to use one of them to like make a beret or bandana with this yarn, because like I've had this yarn for a while and I just didn't know what to do with it. I thought it was pretty. It went in the picture and like it's working up kind of pretty. The problem is it feels like Red Heart Super Saver, and on top of that, it's really it's really squeaky. Like, I can't do it. Like, oh, I am suffering. Like, I just recorded a TikTok with Elisana music on it, and like it made it bearable because the song was louder than the squeaks, but the texture still feels bad. I think this is the yarn I'm going to give to my friend as like a beginner freebie, because she might not have the texture issue at all in general, and plus it's a good yarn to learn on when you're new. And when you're new, like, a lot of people don't realize how much like really helps your crochet or even knit, if you pick up yarn that has multiple colors in it. It really helps your design come out a lot better. It looks a little bit prettier. So I think I'm just gonna give this to her. I can't handle it. I'm literally like, I'm not gonna have a meltdown. I almost did earlier today, but it wasn't because of this yarn. But I want to prevent it because I can't do it. Good evening. It is 3:30 in the morning, and I just finished my first cuff for the night. It's supposed to be an X cuff, and it's kind of hard to read in the camera. I don't know. Like, the X is right here. X, 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 X. I don't really like this colorway. I don't know. I might redo it in a different way. We'll see. It kind of just looks like beads. But we got this done. We've got a new sink thing, like the little sprayer nozzle, whatever. It's new. It's black. It's getting us closer to a spooky goth house. My husband came home. It's funny because, like, I'll be home crafting all day and he'll come home after work doing his manly job and then come home and do manly work. And we kind of make fun of each other for doing that. Like, we're not making fun of each other, but like poking fun at and be like, la la la, you know? But yeah, so I'm going to make a whole bunch more of these, I think. I gotta figure out a different colorway. I don't know. Up close, you can kind of read it. But like far away, it's a lot harder to read. It's really not that important. I'm not really trying to like make something gorgeous. This is going to be something I end up trading out anyways. So who cares? All right, we're going to make more of these. This one's my personal one. Fits like a glove. I think I did 30. I gotta double check. But all right, I'll probably not see you again until tomorrow before I leave. I should probably get to bed because I told my friend that I'd meet her at 11:30, even though I would want to get there at like 11:15 so I can like walk over. I'm not sure if Polly will let me park there if I'm just grabbing lunch. I'm gonna let them know I'm just grabbing lunch, and then yeah. So all right, nap time, bedtime. Okay, I'm holding you guys down here because I just parked at Magic Kingdom and there's a lot of people around, and I just don't want people to know that I am talking to my camera. They think I probably am talking to somebody on the phone. So I am about to go to Polly, like ride the little tram to go over to the monorail. I don't want to walk from this hot ass parking lot to go over there. I brought all my yarn. I need to use the bathroom, but I'll show you guys my outfit later. I forgot to do that. Because I was just excited to get out of the house. But also, I got soft accepted to the Wicked Wild market, and that's super exciting. So they basically said that it was like a perfect match for me, or like a perfect thing that they'd want at the thing. So I am going to start doing some sewing. I'm probably going to go to Walmart because I've heard good things about cheap fabric out at Walmart. I don't like to support Walmart in general, but as a crafter, it kind of sucks. But what do we have now? We don't even have like, what's the word? We don't even have Joanne anymore. So like at the end of the day, what do we got? All right, so I'm going to wait for these kids to get away from my vehicle, and then I'm going to start walking over towards the Polly. Oh, it's so hot. I have my AC at max because it's just way too stinking hot. I am dying. I'm melting. I'm sweltering out. But I'm still going to HHN. I did convince my friend to go to HHN, Universal with me, so she can look at the stuff with me. I can't even think right now. My brain is fried. I had to use the bathroom, but like also, I just need to get going. My friend did pick up crochet pretty well. I was going to teach her how to make a bandana, but like the thing is, I didn't realize how hard making a bandana would be for the first project. So whoopsie, my bad. Oopsie, my bad. Bad. Oopsie, my bad. Burp, burp. Okay, so she did learn how to make a square. Not a perfect square, but she's learning. So I convinced her to buy like stitch markers or get bobby pins to indicate where her stitches are. And I think we'll probably need to do more one-on-one sessions if she wants. If not, she can Google it, so, or YouTube it. So I'm excited to see her growth in it. I think she could do it. Anyways, gotta go to Universal. I'm gonna keep my AC on, sit in the car for a little bit while my car parking neighbors stare at me talking to y'all because, yeah, it's a little awkward. But we're at Universal. We're about to do some HHN preview. Not HHN. I don't know what we're doing. We're here. There's other HHNers here. So I'm going to wait for these people to get out of my way. Move! And we're back. It started raining. And like as soon as it started raining, we had already finished everything we wanted to do. Basically, there wasn't much new except for in like the Cat's Crooked Lane area and then in the vampire area. I was hoping more stuff would be out for the New York area, but there wasn't. But that's fine. Like, honestly, it gives me more reason to come out here. So we're going to head home in this rain. Luckily, we didn't get poured on. It started pouring as soon as we got to the under area. I don't know how you call it, but the walkway where the moving walkways are. And yeah, so we got really lucky. I always have my umbrella on me because you never know. And plus, it's great for like sun. It's wonderful. My other umbrella that used to live in here is now with my friend, and I hope she utilizes it. She may or may not throw it away because it's super rusty and I need to get rid of it anyway, so I don't blame her. But yeah. Alright, I had something else to tell y'all, but I don't remember what it was. Okay, see ya. Alrighty, folks, fresh off the press, we have one bandana. I am probably not going to ever make another one in this colorway. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a cute colorway. But, yeah, it's done. So, one last thing to do. I finished the base of it at Disney, over at Polynesian. And then this part, the little shells, I started on it at Poly, and then I realized that I didn't skip. So what I did was when I first put the shell, the yellow color on, I chained 2 and then I double crochet 4 in the same stitch. Then I skip a stitch and then I slip stitch, the skip, and then 5 DC in the next, skip, slip, skip, 5 DC, so on and so forth. So when I had it done it at Poly, I didn't do the skip stitch, and that's why it looked really bad. So I had to completely undo it. And I turned to my friend, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And she was getting pretty frustrated with her crochet as well. So that's why we left so early. I wanted to stay a little bit longer so that I could have like made it over to Universal when it wasn't as hot or like post rain. But we just both were so frustrated. We're like, we gotta go. So part 2 or 3 actually. So I know that this isn't the same color blue. This is the blue that I was supposed to get. But, you know, things happen, so it's all right. Like, it is what it is. There was a blue that I saw that I wanted to purchase, but I was scared that it was going to be like this color blue because these are slightly different blues. Honestly, it probably would have been better because these blues are very obviously different. But I'm giving some of these away, so I have 2 of these made so far. I'm going to continue making some because I know that people are really into the candy trading, specifically bracelet trading, but I am a former scene kid, so I call it candy. We are very much people who went over to the EDM side, and candy kids, you know, that's kind of like not synonymous with scene kids. Like, the thing with being a former scene kid, most of us were just emo kids with ADHD. Like, we had a huge variety of music taste. A lot of us fell under the weird anime kid, so we liked Japanese music. A lot of us fell under, because of the weird anime kid allegations, a lot of us were DDR kids, and because we liked DDR, we got ourselves into EDM because DDR had EDM on it. So it's kind of like, it's a gateway. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to continue making some more of these tonight. I don't feel like crocheting right now. It's a little bit warm. I still feel like overheated from this morning, from today. I don't know what the feels like temperature was, but it certainly was at least 96 when we were walking around. The rain, like, the worst part about getting stuck in the rain, like, I love when it rains. It's just so much fun watching everybody scatter around when it rains at the theme parks. It's like, honestly, a fun little people watching activity. and like you can see which families are enjoying and living in the moment and which ones are just like, oh, this ruined our vacation. But one of the things that sucks about it is that when it's like midday or later before the sun sets, the pavement doesn't have time to cool off when the rain starts. So the rain will hit the ground and then all that heat will evaporate up onto your legs. And it's the worst feeling in the world. I swear I stepped in at least 2 puddles that were almost boiling hot. Like they were the temperature of my showers, and I take hot showers. So yeah. All right. I'm going to continue watching HHN content and make some more candy. And I think honestly, I kind of want to make a special candy for me. I think these ones I'll trade because they're not really like, I don't know. I want to do a stacked X thing, and then post stacked X, what I want to do is like do like a mandala thing. So I'll show you guys once I make it. I don't remember how I did it. I don't remember what tutorial I watched, but I know I can do it. So, because I've done it before. Do the stacked double X mandala and then do a rotator. It's not going to be like a cuff. Maybe I could make a rotator cuff, but I don't know if I want to do all that work. Maybe. We'll see. All right, we're back in the sewing room with some chalk because we're going to get this darn pleat in, and then we have to do all this work to take out all the old little seams or whatever. It's pretty gnarly right now. Gnarly. But I want to get this done. Hopefully I'll get it done by Thursday so I can do like a little try on. I have a bandana and a wrist cuff done. So that's pretty neat. I want to get these shorts done soon. I have plenty of time for this project to be done. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things done. No, what? Yeah, well, okay, so the thing is, I have that wrist cuff done. I don't have 6 things done. I have 6 things in my head to do for each episode. So I have 6 episodes. And I don't know if I should like do the last episode showing up to at HHN or not. It's a hard decision because I think I kind of want to do one of those days as makeup. So the order I wanted it to be was bralette, shorts, bolero, bandana, the bottle sling, and then I added wrist cuff. So, or brace candy, whatever. So I think since I have 2 different versions of, oh, I didn't show you guys. Wait, let me show you the finished project of the actual candy I'm going to wear. This is the finished project right here, the mandala one. Much prettier than the other one. You still can't really read the X's in there. You kind of can, but it's still like not super readable. I don't plan on making it like a rotator cuff. I don't have the spoons for it. I took too long to get that done, and I'm over it. So that's done. These ones right here, I think these are the only 2 I'm going to make of this version because you can't really read it. I might actually make kind of similar, but like instead of yellow here and here, well, yeah, instead of yellow here, I'm going to do blue, blue, blue. Yeah, all the yellows I'm going to replace with blue, and then where it's supposed to be the X, I'm going to replace with yellow. So that's coming up. I think I can get that knocked out. And then, yeah, whatever I have left of the beads, which will be a lot, especially yellow, I think, I will just figure something else out. I don't know. But I don't know if I want to make those 2 separate videos because they're not like really the same thing, but they are kind of the same thing because they're both, candy. And the more I think about it, the more I want to lean towards doing like a get ready with me as one of the episodes. That also means that the opening day would have to be an episode, if that makes sense. I don't know. Reiterating the ideas, it's bralette, shorts, bolero, bandana, water bottle sling, wrist cuff, the candy I'm giving away, and then the get ready with me. If I got rid of the candy I'm giving away, then I'd have a spare day to do, what's it called? To do one of the days or opening day as a Fallout song. But I don't really want to dedicate it to Fallout because right now my HHN prep stuff, anytime I do an HHN update, the music I've been using is like goth or industrial music, or like dark wave rather. It's not really specifically goth or post-punk. It's like almost specifically dark wave. I usually end up doing 2 episodes. So maybe I'll do like a Fallout dedicated episode. It's weird to call them episodes because they're literally like a minute or less. So maybe I'll do like one of those days because I'm going to be doing a lot of Fallout stuff. I want to do the Fallout foods. I want to take photos. Okay, so like it really sucks. The facade for the Fallout house is literally just a poster in the front. And that really sucks, but it is what it is. Maybe what I'll do my outfit reveal. Yeah, I'll do the outfit reveal on episode 7, and then episode 8 we'll do just the Fallout stuff because I have a feeling we'll be spending a lot of time around the Fallout area. So the first part of it will be me standing in front of the gates for HHN, I believe, and then I know we're getting in line for Fallout first. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. My husband and I are both extremely hyped for the Fallout house. I think we both have Fallout at number 1. I am going to be rearranging my hype list for HHN. They just announced the WWE house this morning, and I don't know what time it is. It's a little bit later, so I don't think they're going to announce the FNAF house yet. But I do believe the FNAF house is coming out later this week. Sorry, I'm like brainstorming everything with y'all because I'm the type of person that needs to say stuff out loud before I get stuff done and to make it more solidified. So yeah, I want to do episode 7. I'm going to get rid of the one episode where I'm making candy for other people because that's just going to be like an add-on to my own cuff. I gotta get around to editing it, and I'm going to try to release everything in a similar manner. I feel bad that the shorts aren't done. I wanted to get the shorts done so that people didn't have to wait this long for the shorts reveal, and then I could have already been on the Bolero, but it is what it is. I will have it done by Thursday though, so you'll see it before the end of this video. I promise. I'm so mad at myself. I did the pleat on the wrong side, so it's fine. It's fine. I will have this done by Thursday. I am so frustrated though. So I did the thread in yellow. I think I'm going to switch over to the blue because the pleat looks weird with the yellow thread, and then I'll go over it in yellow. I don't know. It's just, I'll show you guys after I come back from Publix. We're about to go grocery shopping because I can't do this anymore. Hello. So we're back from Publix. We've been back for a little bit, and I thought about it. I'm just going to take all of it apart. I don't know if you can see it in the video very well, but there's like a bunch of little gaps in here. There's one right here. You can kind of tell, but not really, from where the thread broke before. So I'm just going to do the honorable thing and take apart the whole thing because I should have done it in the first place. And yeah, I'm going to take it all the way apart to just repair that. And then I'm going to take apart the pleat and then change out the thread. Oh my god, this is taking so long. Like, it's so embarrassing because I told y'all that this is going to be super easy because it's my favorite pair of shorts. But honestly, it's a humbling experience. I am not a master at sewing, and I am not above messing up. So we're going to work on this for the rest of the night. I know that Infinity Nikki has a new update, but I need to get through this. And I need to finish this. That way I can move on to the Bolero, and then that way I can move on to the bralette. I'm probably going to purchase some material quickly from Walmart because they have rolls. One of my mutuals on TikTok mentioned that they have like big rolls for like $3 of like denim-like fabric. All right, back to the drawing board, I guess. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, the FNAF house was actually announced. It was announced before the wrestling house was. So I took a look at the merch, and I'm definitely getting one of the shirts. I might get one of the hats. The shirt looks really good. I'm not a huge FNAF fan, but compared to the Fallout merch that dropped, like, their fandom got good merch. I'm so jealous. We're gonna probably purchase a shirt for my good friend that's coming and visiting us in yeah, you guys already know where we live. They're coming down from Arkansas. It's one of my husband's friends, but me and his wife get along really well. We're both women who grew up like kind of friendless, and just like we clicked immediately. We both have foreign parents and like understood each other's pain. So we're probably gonna, well, yeah, we're meeting up with them sometime in September. It's their kind of like honeymoon thing. They got married over a year ago, but they haven't gone on their honeymoon, much like us who didn't go on. Like, okay, so when we went on our honeymoon, it was 2020, and we just like we went up to Georgia, and we went and did the scary things up there for Fright Fest. I think that's what they call it. I don't know, but they had like their haunted stuff, their haunted mansion stuff in 2020, but it was like a reduced experience, of course, because it was 2020, and of course we were wearing our masks and all that, but we just wanted to experience something that wasn't HHN or Orlando in general. That was our first year like really traveling and starting our like going out and doing fun touristy things for our anniversary. Like, October's a really good time to do that, honestly. We Most people in October aren't like traveling. They're traveling, if they are traveling for a spooky thing, they're either traveling to Massachusetts, they're going, or for Salem, or some other big area like Orlando. And since we live in Orlando, actually, it's really funny. My husband's friend, my friend's husband, I'm sorry. Um, he actually really keeps up with wrestling. He's actually into sports and all that. He has a podcast, Spark E3, I think that's what it's called, something like that. He and his friends keep up with sports, and wrestling is one of those that he keeps up with. It is an entertainment sport, and he's really excited for that. And he kind of gave us the lowdown of it. I don't really understand still, but like I know a little bit more than I did before this was announced. I don't think he knew that was going to get announced. I don't think they knew at all that FNAF was getting announced, because they don't keep up with HHN the same way that I do. But like also they don't live here. I'm sure that they would if they did live here, because they love coming to the event, and they've been thinking about moving down here. But like, I'm telling them not to. Don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, it was announced. So my hype list will be coming out eventually. I need to finish this first, and then it will be a little treat reward to myself to get that. We just got a new flashlight because hurricane season is among us, and like, among us. Hold on, let me turn off this light real quick. Hold on. That's the light. Oh my god. Oh, where's the? It's reflecting, and it's brighter on my face than my little light is. I'm going to be able to see. And it's heavy duty too. So the fact that it's heavy duty, if we get robbed during this hurricane power outage, it's not a hurricane right now. You can probably hear it, but. So what's the Energizer light? That's what this is. Oh, now you can't see anything. Ah!
It's on sale for like $8.
$8? Yeah. Get it. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Being in your 30s suck. You gain lactose intolerance, your back hurts. There's so many other negatives of being 30. But the positives are I'm able to do my creative things that I wasn't able to do when I was a teen. So, yippee. My mouth is in so much pain right now because I have that wisdom tooth growing in. So the gum area doesn't hurt anymore. I'm barely able to talk, so I have to like keep my mouth like not wide open. Eating kind of sucks, and I'm scared I'm gonna get an infection back here because now my wisdom tooth, the new one growing in, is like biting into my cheek, And I've been doing like this number so I can puff out the cheek, and like there's only so long that it won't hurt. I looked on Reddit to see if anybody else dealt with it without like extraction of the tooth. I cannot afford a tooth extraction right now. I'm still paying for my dentist bill from when I had all my cavities, oh, 2 cavities taken out on my upper jaw last month. Sorry, that's that was probably annoying to look at. I'm sorry. I hope that you're crafting and not looking at my face. I'm still paying the bill from when I got my cavities taken care of, and I just can't afford another bill on top of that. And then, you know, maybe if I'm successful, I'm just gonna cover my mouth because like it's kind of gross. But like also, I'm just gonna step away. I'm gonna stand back here so that you don't have to look at it. Okay. So yeah, I'm in pain right now, but I'm gonna try to muster through this. It's not like it's a pretty painful pain. Some people like are struggle with it a lot more than I do. I've had other painful things in my life, so I think I can get through this until hopefully I gnaw a gash in my mouth, because that seems to be the only other solution, is just to like chew up that spot and then have a hole in your mouth. So unfortunately, we don't have universal health care in the United States, and I'm just gonna suffer through this. Anyways, I was able to last night get all the way done with like taking apart everything and getting my lint roller and getting all the excess thread off of there. There's still some on there, but like it's not as bad as it was. And now I'm getting to the part where I can put everything back together, do the pleats, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll finish it. It's like 9 something in the morning right now. Yeah, almost 10 in the morning. So I should be able to finish at least the bottom portion. I really, really, really want to get this done by the end of today. Oh, I don't know if I kept the last clip in, but the last clip, I was playing Infinity Nikki while taking everything apart because I was tired of just bending over, and yeah, it was hurting my neck. So, all right, no more delaying. We gotta get this done. I probably won't give you guys updates because I want to get this knocked out as fast as I can. Maybe when I get to the part I was before I had to take everything apart, I will give you guys an update. So, like the waistband and then the zipper. I'm scared I'm not going to finish it, but I need to get this finished. I'm watching last night's RIP Tour podcast, and I just learned that the contortionist is going to be back at Nightmare Fuel, and that's something I've missed so much. He was so good. Like, it was so freaky, and like that's what the Nightmare Fuel show is to me, is like a bunch of acrobatics and like circus freak style like things. And like I do like the theme of it. I just don't like standing in line and for like 90 minutes. That's what they were saying. Like, you're dedicating so much time just to watch the show. And I don't want to do that. Like, when I go, I just want to enjoy. Maybe I'll do it on one of my days that I go by myself. I kind of like to stay back in the line to where I don't have to sit in that stadium uncomfortably for so long, and then, be one of the first people or last people in, first people out kind of deal. But like, the contortionist being back is really tempting, and it might bump the show higher up for me. I just don't like, it's the whole feeling of being stuck with a whole bunch of other sweaty people and waiting so long for something that you may or may not enjoy. I do enjoy the show, don't get me wrong. I have to bring earplugs because it is a sensory issue for me, but like, it's good. I just wish I didn't have to, like, I'll probably watch somebody else's video of it because I know people record it. They're not supposed to, but there is media that's allowed to record it. And I think it's like usually the influencers that do it. So I'll probably watch one of their videos before I actually go officially watch it myself. We'll probably watch it. We know we're going to watch it once. Like, we do everything at least once a year. So we'll probably do it sometime in September. Definitely not opening night, because that is some people's like absolute you must do thing. For us, it's checking out the scare zones and eating as much food as we can muster. So, and then this year it's going to be Fallout. Like, that's number one. I'm almost done. Well, kind of. I'm close. This is going a lot faster than it did when I first put it together, mostly because I don't have to iron anything. The hems are already there, or the seams and all that is already there. And like, I don't have to like figure out which pieces go where and all that jazz because they're all basically the same pieces, just different numbers. But yeah. All right. We're going to get this finished. I had to take a break yet again because I messed up yet again. I think I got myself distracted when I was doing this because I was watching a stream and I just gotta be less interactive when I'm watching streams and sewing, I think. Like, I don't know. I think that's my issue. And when I'm just like, I don't know, my brain just started thinking about editing and then playing Infinity Nikki. So when my brain does that, I just need to take a break. Like, I need to almost immediately just be like, hey, you're messing up. You gotta stop doing what you're doing. Put everything down. Go do the thing that your brain wants you to do because you're not going to get anything done if your brain's not focused on it. So we're back now after finishing watching Cottagecore Land Girls stream. It was a lot of fun. She's going through the storyline for the new release, and I feel really bad because I told her that I got picked up the Ronghua, and I don't think I'm saying that correctly. I thought that was the fan, but it wasn't. I just like that word a lot, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't pay close enough attention. So it's the hairpiece. That was a lot of fun, and then we were also sewing a little bit together at the same time, so that was also fun. I'm going to watch a bunch of HHN videos because more people are putting updates, and oh my god, the front scare zone, oh, it looks gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I had to pause what I was watching. I was watching it while playing Infinity Nikki, like doing some of the side quests, and I had to stop and be like, oh, I got to go in the other room and finish these shorts because if I don't do that now, then I'm probably not going to get back to them later today. And plus, I want to watch that with my husband because it looks so good. Oh, I love this time of year so much. I do not understand why I'm having the hardest time with these shorts. I'm so frustrated. I'm back to the point where I'm supposed to be, but I realized I did the pleats wrong. Close up, you can't really tell. Or, I mean, far away, you can't really tell. But close up, one of these pleats is supposed to go this way. On the back, you can see it, because I think this is the back. This is the front. I'm over it. I'm so over this. I love these shorts patterns, and I don't know why I'm struggling so hard to get this done. It's not having a good time. So I'm going to finish it up, and then I'm going to go watch HHN videos because I'm just so over this. I'm so mad. Like, why does this keep on happening? It's so freaking annoying. Why? Why? All right, folks, all we've got left is the hem on the pant legs or the short legs, whatever. But it's done. My shoulders right here, the tension is building really, really high. And like, I need to take a break before I go crazy. It's literally all I got to do is the hem. And I think I'm going to finish that. Well, I mean, I finished all of this off camera, to be honest with you guys. I hate sewing ASMR. I don't know what it is about it. The sound of the scissors cutting and then having the sewing machine going, especially with this specific type of machine. I think it's the vintage ones I'm kind of okay with, but the newer, more mechanic ones, the heavy duty ones, kind of like really set my ear off. But anyways, you guys remember when I said something along the lines of how I missed that one pleat? So I took it apart and then I put it back down and then I just put the zipper in there. It's a pretty clean zipper. One of the cleanest I've ever done. I'm really proud of it, even though it took me a lot of work. It really humbled me, really taught me that I am not invincible. No matter how many tries or times I've made something, I will always mess up. And that's okay. We have to be okay with our mistakes. So I will do a try on probably tonight. I just gotta take a break. I'm probably gonna grab some lunch, eat some bread and pasta sauce because I can't handle eating much of anything right now. And then watch HHN updates because that's all I'm doing this month. It's just HHN all up until probably like late September when I get tired of it. But I won't be entirely tired of it, but I'll just be not as wanting to post about it, I guess. I'll probably be on to my next project, so. Alright, break time. Alrighty, folks, here is the try-on of my shorts, and although they've been the bane of my existence the whole entire stinking week, they're super comfortable. I do like the way that I ended up finishing the pleats here. I think this is probably the best pleats I've done on these shorts in general, just because I had to go over it like a million times. I don't know if these pleats are supposed to go out or in, but at this point, I just don't care. I'm just glad it's over. But they're super comfy, super wide-legged. My favorite part about these shorts. I will not be making these shorts for a little while, although I need the practice, because that was frustrating. So let me show you guys what else I've made this week, because we are at that part of the video where I tell you guys everything. I'm not going to sit down for this one, because if I sit down, then I might ruin the pleats. So everything that we finished this week, we've got 3 little bracelets, little candy bracelets. This is going to be my personal one. So yay. These ones I'm going to trade, and then I'm going to have a few more made with all the rest of the beads that I have left over to trade. And then we have this bandana. It does kind of, the color match is pretty close. It's going to be far enough away that it won't matter. And then we have these 2 berets. I haven't finished doing everything I need to do with it. This one's going to get a heart spiderweb. This one's going to get mushroom little dots on there. I am in the process of making another one right now. And then I also have 4 little stars. I'm getting really tired of making stars, I'm not going to lie. But I do have only a little bit of yarn left. So that's also pretty promising. And I think that's all I made this week. I may have made more stars and just put them in the jar, but at this point I forgot. But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to do a little fit check again. But I'm not going to wear this out, because like it's not ready to be worn out together, and plus it doesn't match what I'm already wearing. But I'm pretty proud of myself, even though there was a lot of mess ups. Maybe this is a better view. Hold on, let me get you guys in a better section. Yeah, you can't see my face, but that's okay. Oh, okay, maybe you can. But yeah, pretty proud of how this came out. Oh, now there's something in my eye. Very cute, very wearable. I'm gonna go because my eye is so itchy. I gotta do some market prep stuff. That's another thing, we got accepted to a market. Okay, bye.